Hey everybody, it's Tim Topham here, and I'm delighted to be able to welcome you to this month's Top Music Sheets collection. It's here, it's ready. I can't believe another month has gone by. How crazy is that? I'm going to play through just a few of the selections from this. It's by Catherine Wilson, a UK-based composer who just happens to be the sister of our amazing social media and content guru, Georgina Wilson. So you may have come across Georgina in your conversations with us here. One of the things that I've learned is that Catherine loves creating music specifically for particular students. So if a particular student has a challenge or an interest or something like that, she'll tend to compose for them, which I think is really, really cool. The first two pieces are actually identical, except for one thing, and that's the tonality. So what she's done is she's called the first one Into the Dark and then Into the Light. And you can imagine the minor tonality, the first one, which is to be played with trepidation, and then the second one with optimism, Into the Light. So here's the Into the Dark minor version first. And then we get a chance to play the optimistic one, Into the Light. And there's some nice kind of staccato sections in there as well. I think this is a great opportunity to explore tonality with students because it's a really easy experience for students, once they've learned a piece of music, to try changing it from major to minor or vice versa by raising or lowering that third note. It's a great skill for them to be able to have. All right, I'm going to skip over to a piece called Following the Star. And I think this one was inspired by, she says here, piece was inspired by students who wanted a special piece at Christmas, but nothing that's already associated with the religious festival, although it could be played at any time of the year, she says. And this one starts, it says to be played fast. I'm not going to play it too fast. It's in 3/4, and it starts with this great passage, crossing over hands, which students always enjoy doing. And then the main theme. And you got that, it has got that sense of We Three Kings about it. And I love how it moves around and has some, that kind of quirky little turnaround. And later on, Catherine explores left-hand patterns. So we kind of get this in the left hand. And as you know, I'm a big fan of students learning various left-hand patterns. The next one I want to go to is called Finding Peace of Mind. And Catherine writes in the notes here, this piece was written for teenage students stressed about school exams and needing a way to relax and unwind. We all need that sometimes. The melody is repeated 3 times, allowing the student to focus on the changes in the left hand. So this one's again in 3/4 and we're in E minor. Now tell me, as you're listening to that melody, what do you notice about it? What scale has been used, or what sequence of notes to make that melody? If you can see my hand, you'll probably guess. If we move up these two, up the octave, we have the pentatonic scale in G major. So this is a nice pentatonic melody. And just sounds beautiful. Later on, we get some, again, pattern changes in the left hand. And moving up the octave. Lots of fun having those kind of movements around the piano, I think. It's great. And the last one I'll play is called Dragon Appears. I think all of these evocative titles really helps when students are playing pieces. And this one has Kind of has a melody in the pinky, so this is a little bit more challenging. We're talking sort of grade 4-ish, I would say. We've got an accompaniment in the inner notes here with the thumb and the second finger, and then melody in the right hand, in the top finger. And then here, a fun crossover. Now, one thing I'll just say about this piece, when you get to those syncopations, one of the great things about learning a piece of music that's written like this, when it comes to those syncopations, is that the right hand is playing at the same time as the left hand has to do its syncopated note, which is great. It's often when the syncopation is in kind of mid-air, in space, that the timing can be hard. This one, because they've already played this, they just know that the left hand is going to be repeating, going to be syncopating on that last quaver or the last eighth note before the second half of the bar. So we've got... So if you did want to introduce that style of syncopation to students, then this would be a fantastic piece to use for that. So there you go, that's Catherine Wilson. That's a small selection of Catherine Wilson's Top Music Sheets collection for July. I really hope you'll go and check it out. If you're a member, you can download that now from our academy. If you're not yet a member, you can get amazing shoe music like this each and every month in your inbox, fully studio licensed, able to be used throughout your studio with all your students for just $10 a month on our TopMusicPro Lite plan. If you'd like to find out more, head to TopMusicSheets.com. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.